Welcome back to the Movieverse, your best podcast for movie and TV content. I'm your host, Benji, and this is your host, Kendrick, aka Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
Just not affiliated with the real Kendrick Lamar.
No, that's illegal.
That's illegal. As always, we'd like to do a toast to a good episode today. Kendrick's got his Coke. I got
Yes,
my
sir.
Monster. I feel ready. We got a good episode today. A lot of good content to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Do you like that toast, Kendrick?
I do.
So for today, our outline is as follows. We've got our full movie review. As always, every week, we pick a movie that is the most popular, released in theaters or sometimes streaming, and we go over that movie. The movie this week is A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey with Margot Robbie, Colin Farrell, two of probably the most attractive actors in Hollywood right now.
That's true. He ain't wrong.
If you don't go see this movie for anything else, go see it for the eye candy.
Yeah, a lot of it.
So we'll do that. That'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. And we'll talk about that. And then we'll also do our Binge Report, which is just movies, TV shows that we've been watching throughout the week. So
yeah, get some news too later, right?
Yeah, we'll get in some news as well.
Sounds good.
Kendrick, tell them what they need to do.
You need to like and subscribe and follow us on all platforms. We're everywhere. Like anything you can think of, like places we don't even know about.
That's true. We're probably on the dark web.
Probably like on iHeartRadio and all this random
That's true.
platforms. But
that's what you meant.
Spotify, Apple, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
We are on all of it.
All the big ones. Check us out, the Movieverse.
Yes. And we appreciate any support given. Obviously, growing
Always.
podcast. We've recently done a rebrand. Used to be Into the Cineverse. Now we are Movieverse. So appreciate any follows, and we appreciate all of our long-term fans as well. We have a lot of you, and we're very grateful for all of you. So let's start off our episode going into our movie review. This will be our full 10 to 15 minute movie review like we do each week. To start off the movie review, we are going to go over what we liked, what we were mixed on, and what we didn't like as well. Let's start first with you, Kendrick. Tell me what you liked about the movie.
Yeah, what I can say I really liked about the movie and what was the most solid parts of it would be Colin Farrell, Margot Robbie. Easily the best part. I expected that because they're two of the best actors working right now. Margot Robbie is just literally one of the best actresses of all time, and Colin Farrell never misses either. So
that's facts.
I knew like from the trailers, everything, I'm like, we're going to get some really good acting here. Like they are going to know how to act with each other.
Eye candy.
They're both really attractive in the way they talk and the way they look. So yeah, like they're the best part. I dug their chemistry. I dug their like relationship with each other quite a bit. And I think that's the part that I was looking forward to the most. But then I think the next best aspect is probably the production. I think the music was really good. I think it was shot very well. I think locations were really cool that they went to and that they filmed this in. And I think visually just I enjoyed how everything looked. I mean, kind of simple, like, but also pretty grand in some ways, which is pretty cool.
Totally.
And yeah, I think also some pretty good dialogue. Like I think a pretty good screenplay here that I think like had really good moments of character interaction and character moments that I liked the dialogue and what they said to each other and how they obviously the acting helps a lot with that too. So I think they had a pretty good script and I think that they acted it out really well. So those are kind of my favorite things about the movie. What about you?
Yeah, no, I think as far as what I liked, definitely the production value. I think one of the simplest but most beautiful scores of music this year. It's really, really good. A lot of piano, which, you know, I always love piano music. So
yes, you do.
I love that instrumental piano. I don't know who did the score, but yeah, did a really good job.
Very good.
That's something I was hearing about going into it as well. But then, yeah, cinematography is another thing I was hearing a lot about going into this movie. And I think everything is extremely well shot. Colors are vibrant. Like it just looks like a beautiful world you're living in for the 2 hours of this movie.
A big, bold, beautiful world.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I think that's the only bold element of the movie, and we'll get into that. But I do think that the visual and production aspect of this movie is bold and beautiful. So that's definitely what I liked most. But then, yeah, I do think Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell are great. I will say I do think that they're halted by something else I'll talk about here in a second, but I do think they're great as well.
Yeah.
But you should never expect Margot or Colin to ever not be great. So if there's ever an issue you don't like with acting and they're in the movie, it's more than likely the script and not them. So.
That's 100% true.
But yeah, I'd say that's what I liked. I think overall, it still also just has a couple scenes that I really loved too, which we'll get into if we want to later. But yeah, I think overall it's good. Let's get into mixed.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I get into mixed, like even looking at just overall people I'm talking to right now, mixed is like if you're not into romance movies or you're not into stories that are kind of trying to hit those thematic themes of
sure,
like life and confronting your past and kind of trying to like hit a message with that's like about romance in realistic life scenarios, like that could be mixed for some people. I think some people will like that and some won't. For me, like I love those types of movies. I think we both do. But in this movie, for sure, I'd say it's pretty mixed on how I feel about that certain aspect of it. And I think I would say I'm pretty mixed on the story. I think story had some strong elements in it, but also some weak elements. I could talk about those weak elements in the bad category, but I would say pretty mixed in that aspect where I was like, wow, this is like based on the trailers and based on what the idea of the movie is. I'm like, that's an amazing, amazing concept.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
That's a beautiful concept.
The potential is there.
The potential's high.
Really there.
Doesn't quite deliver on all of it, which we'll get into, but I would say that's where it becomes mixed because in some ways there was some really cool things in this movie that did hit, but then in other ways it definitely didn't hit as much as I wanted.
Agreed.
So I think that's where I'm most mixed. You?
That's where I'm mixed as well. Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I agree, and this is my thoughts as well. I think that the movie just, even for people that love these types of films that are exploring life in a deep way and meant to be moving and grand in that kind of scope, it does that, but doesn't do that at the same time. Like it hits and misses. But you feel like it, because of the misses and the times where it's just not deep enough or not hitting enough, that even the grand moments of the movie, you're not quite being hit to the extent you should be. Like there are 2 moments and scenes in this movie that I loved dearly, but they didn't hit as hard as they would have if the surrounding elements of the movie and surrounding scenes and script were also better and grander. So that's what mixes me, is like I loved 2 scenes in this movie, but I also could tell that there was something missing in my love for them. Like I would have loved them even more if everything surrounding those scenes was up on its level. So the other thing I will say that I'm mixed on is Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell. I think Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell are amazing and actually could be great in this. And I think a lot of people are saying that their chemistry lacks. I actually don't think it's their chemistry. I think that they play 2 older people that haven't found love extremely well. I think people that are saying they don't have chemistry are relating them to like 20-year-olds or like 20 to 30-year-olds. These guys are like 40 to 50-year-olds or late 30s that are trying to find love but have been through a lot of crap in their life already. So I feel like they played that element really well, but I do think what halts it and what I'm mixed on is the fact that the script doesn't do them any justice. And I feel like Margot and Colin are acting up here and the script is down here. And I feel like there's not a way for them to really do a whole lot in some of the scenes that we're watching because of that. So
that's facts.
All right, I'll start off with the didn't like.
Yeah.
And that leads in from everything I've been saying. The script is just not good enough here. Honestly, production, really, really grand.
Yeah.
You've got 2 of the best actors working today.
Yep.
Your script matters so much, and the script feels like it's on this level, and everything else is up here. It feels like whoever was writing the script was just not on the same level as everybody else. No. And that's where I think this is missing. The story writing, the screenplay, the script are just not there. They're not deep enough. They're not played out enough. There's scenes that really need more. They need more conversation. They need longer time frame. Yeah. We need more background into the characters before we get into some of these emotional moments so that we know why they're emotional. They really do try to like go into some of these scenes dry and make you figure it all out.
Yeah.
But I do think you would be hit more with all these moments that you're flooding into if it wasn't just, start of the movie is them meeting. Like, I think you need a teeny bit. And not a ton, but like give us a few minutes of why Colin Farrell's life is so out of whack and also a little bit of why Margot's is, and then have them meet. I think you get a lot more out of it. But again, I think that's overall the element that is missing here that I didn't like is there's just a lot that's left shallow and a lot that's left at the surface. And there's not a whole ton that's like really dug deep. The two scenes I love a whole lot are scenes that dig really deep, hit the themes that they wanted to hit, and they're really, really great. They also give the actors like moments to really, really act. But again, those scenes, although grand and amazing, also aren't going to hit to the same extent from a moving standpoint when everything else surrounding them isn't as great as well. So that's my thoughts.
Well said. I think for me, it just, it doesn't hit the highs that could have been there and the potential. I think it just sits in this place where, yes, it's entertaining enough and you're there to see their interactions and they're good enough. There's nothing bad about what they say to each other or anything, but it's also like you could see so much potential to get deeper and to dig more. And like when you look at the concept, you look at the execution and you go like, this is kind of lazy. This kind of like, it feels like there's so many things I wanted to see happen. And I agree that I needed more backstory. I needed more knowledge on the characters. I needed to see them go through more. And it's kind of like you hit a few specific moments where you're just kind of like where they're going through their journey and you're kind of like, all right, like that was funny. That was a good bit. Or like, that was interesting to see, like, you know, but nothing that like hits hardcore. And this movie just needed that. It just kind of needed more of an emotional core. It needed us to connect to the characters more. It needed us to like feel more. And instead, it kind of is like a Sparks Notes version of that. And
I would agree.
You just honestly end up feeling pretty unsatisfied by the end.
I'd agree.
I mean, I think it ends good enough, but it's
so
also like,
say.
I think we needed way more to like kind of flesh out these characters and show their insecurities and their traumas and show like why they should be together and everything like that. And honestly, by the end of the movie, you don't really see why they should end up together that much, to be honest. Even though they've been on this journey together, they treat each other well.
The idea is there, but it's very much like
nothing makes you feel like, oh, like I ship
the
this
feeling
couple.
isn't there. It's just the logic is there. Like the movie definitely plays into the logic of, oh, these two know each other super well now.
Yeah. And
on
the
a level
acting
that
shows
people don't.
100%.
Totally.
But it's like there's not enough given to them to like make it hit as much as you wish it would.
Yeah.
And instead you're kind of left with like, oh, these feel like two really good actors that are reading a script.
It really feels like that. I was going to add to that. There's scenes, a lot of scenes in the car.
Yeah.
Where they're not in like a moving moment, but you can tell the script is trying to get them to dive into certain themes or elements.
Yeah.
And most of the car conversations really bug me because they feel so surface level. And you can tell Margot and Colin are trying their best to give us something with them.
Yeah.
But they're so shallow. The writing is so shallow.
Yeah. And it just feels like you're like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess if I'm in a car with somebody and it's going to force us on this journey, then I'm probably going to connect with them too. You know, like it's like
and
so
like going through all
up.
these things.
And so it's just,
but like he says, I love you to her. It does not work. I didn't feel it in any way, shape, or form. It actually felt extremely awkward. It felt really out of place.
Yeah.
And I get that logically, that's what they're going for, is the idea that like these guys have been together.
At that point in the movie, that's where that would have happened. In any other movie.
But there's not enough there to actually make you feel that.
No.
I think feeling is the right thing you said.
It's feeling.
There's not much feeling there for you as a viewer to like be emotionally invested. Like no one would watch that movie and say, I feel why you two should be together. Like you can see it logically. Oh yeah, you two see parts of each other that no one's ever seen. Facts. You understand each other in a way that no one's ever seen. Logically, I get what they're going for, but I don't feel it. Like I don't feel it at all. So
honestly, like I mean, I hate to compare this, but it's like I shouldn't even compare this. But whatever.
Do it.
Pride and Prejudice. You know, you got like. Why'd you laugh at that?
I don't know. That's not what I expected.
Pride and Prejudice, though, those two main characters, like the whole movie, you're building up to them to get together, and like when it does, it's so like you're like I see why that works. You're like I feel that. I feel why that works.
I've seen so many scripts written so much better like that, and even simple movies that do it way better than this.
But then in this, it was just like it felt like it just had to be in that moment right there. So the script's like, all right, he's got to say it to her now. But it's like, what do we do to get there? You know, and then it's also working on trying to like flesh them out themselves with their own things.
Yeah, which didn't work at times too.
No, like we should have done that in the beginning just to know what they were like or something, you know, just didn't work because then you're building up the romance, but then you all of a sudden split them, have them do their own little journeys for a sec to then.
Yeah, that part didn't work too. And then moments that are like just come across as really quirky that like should be quirky, but feel right. Like there's a scene where Colin is doing a play. Like I get what they're going for with it, but it genuinely just made me feel awkward because it didn't feel like it was put together very well.
No.
Like it kind of felt like we just got there.
It was just for fun.
Like it felt like I get the logical reasoning again behind the whole scene. I can piece it together.
Oh, yeah.
I can piece what elements they're trying to get at with the story logically.
Yes.
But again, I'm not feeling anything.
No.
So like he starts as his older self. Technically, everybody's seeing him as his younger self, like talking to this girl that he had a crush on in junior high, and it just comes across really weird.
I agree.
Like it didn't work at all. But again,
No.
it's not working because I'm not feeling anything. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, from a viewer standpoint, I'm not feeling it. My feelings aren't getting it.
In those moments,
They
I
didn't
would
do a
have
good job with that.
preferred to see them as like almost like nobody knows they're there, but they're experiencing all of it.
I
Sounds
would
like
have
they're
much
ghosts.
more appreciated that.
And that would have been cool. Because then it's like
Yes.
they can't do anything; they have to watch the events go down.
Yeah,
but their little versions or younger versions
I would
are a part of
totally
that.
agree with that.
That would have been great. That's usually how movies do that sort of thing. But
Honestly, yes.
this one tried to take a
Because
different
I was low
approach
key
with it.
worried he was about to try and kiss her, and I was like, they
I know.
can't have Colin Farrell
Like,
kissing a teenage
It got a
girl.
little weird. And he's like doing a musical with a bunch of kids, and you're
And he like acted it really well. That's the thing.
it's
He
fun.
killed it.
It's funny.
He
but
killed
it's-
it in that scene.
He did, yeah. He was
Like he embraced it.
It's just, you're kind of just like, wow, that could have hit more if like we saw them living past experiences and can't do anything about it. It's like a Christmas Carol, in my opinion, where
Yeah, I'd agree.
you go back in time and he can't do anything, but he's just watching events go down.
Yes, that's how it should be.
Like, that's pretty cool.
That's what
So-
it should have been in those moments.
Yeah.
Even
So-
moments where they separated didn't work. Like there's moments
No.
where they separate in like a hospital, and the actual scenes themselves really moved me.
Yes.
But like I'm
It's good
still
acting
not.
and stuff.
But I'm not feeling any connection between the two of
No.
them. I'm feeling connection to their characters, but I feel like the connection to their characters should have been happening first, rather than
Yes.
where it's happening is at a point in the movie I'm supposed to start feeling things for the two of them
Exactly.
connecting, and I'm not feeling that yet. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. I do think that the script and the storytelling is extremely shallow. Not even on a mid level. There's elements to it that I think are like 2.5 or 3 out of 5, but I do think there are elements to the script and the storytelling that are pretty subpar. Like like 2 out of 5, 1.5 out of 5. Like I do
Yeah.
think there's elements
It's
here
disappointing.
that feel like there's not much effort put in at all. Again, it feels like a grade schooler's writing and putting the story together rather than like top tier workers, and like all
Yeah.
props to them. But like I'm watching a movie with top tier acting talent, top tier directing talent, top tier photography and cinematography, top
Yeah.
tier score writing.
It's true.
And then this like story and the script feels so
It doesn't work.
K through 12. Like they
Yeah.
just feel so elementary. Like it doesn't
Like-
feel
Yeah. Undeserving
anything.
of the talent.
no, very undeserving of the talent.
Yep.
Again, a huge reminder to everybody out there that you can sign on whoever you want. You can even put in a big, bold, beautiful production. If you don't have a good, well-written story and script, especially for a movie that is meant to be life-altering, narratively driven and all that, it will
Doesn't work.
fall flat.
Yep.
And you may have
Always.
moments you love, but it'll fall flat.
Always.
I will shout out a couple scenes. Like there's a couple scenes. I like the hospital scenes. I connected to their characters really well in those scenes. I thought they were beautiful. I also loved scenes where, Colin gets to play his dad for a second, talking to him,
Yes.
to his younger self. That scene was amazing. And then
Yep.
Margot gets to be with her mom again. That scene was amazing. Like
Yep.
those scenes themselves
Were great.
were like the top tier stuff I was wanting from the entire movie. Like
Yeah.
those scenes were genuinely top tier to me. And the script actually felt really good in those scenes.
Yeah.
But then everything surrounding it felt like those scenes came out of nowhere, genuinely. Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this scene's really working. Like I could tell the difference, which is sad.
100%.
Well, that's our liked, mixed, and didn't like section of our movie review. Really quickly, we're going to go into our scores. Kendrick, I'm going to count down from 3. Both of us are going to say our scores at the same time.
All right.
3, 2, 1. 3 out of 5.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Not
Yeah, no,
planned.
the more we've talked about it, not planned at all, the more we've talked about it, I've actually dropped it more and more the more I've thought about it, just because the movie just didn't sit well with me and I didn't feel moved
Yeah.
in the way I should have felt. I think if we were reviewing these in the way we used to, where we were doing them based off score categories, it would be higher because, again, the production is so good. The
Sure.
acting's great, but your story and your script halt a movie a ton, especially this type of movie.
Facts.
Any thoughts on that score?
3 out of 5, I think, sums it up good for me. I think it's a little better than mid, but not anything above that.
Because it
really
does
good
have
moments
great
that
moments.
are way better than mid, but then all of it drags it down a little, so that's why it's 3 out of 5.
Yeah, the shot of them looking down at Earth was so cool, but then the script around that scene too, and their kiss was super cheesy. And
it was.
I have to say
just
that.
2 actors having to kiss.
It was so weird. It was. Okay, and then next thing, where does it rank on our year? Is this yours or mine?
This is mine. So I have it at 37 out of 57 of the year.
That's crazy because I'm pretty sure mine is 37 too.
Really?
Check me really quick.
Funny.
I know it's in the 30s. In the upper half, still on the year of movies I've seen this year. I don't think it's on the worst half of movies I've seen. I have it at...
That's crazy.
37.
37 out of...
I have it at 37
81.
out of 81. There you go. So it is in the upper half of movies I've seen this year, I would say.
Because you've seen a lot of crap.
Yes, I've seen a lot of crap. Like if you've watched a ton of movies this year, the bad and the good, like this is in the upper half. It's not part of the really, really crappy stuff.
But
it's still close to the middle for Kendrick, but
yeah, we wanted it to be really good though. It's the sad part.
This is one of our most anticipated movies of the second half of the year.
Disappointing of the year. Sadly.
Definitely one of the most disappointing.
Because I was really hyped for it.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, last thing. This is a new thing we're doing every week now with our movie of the week. Kendrick, does this movie earn a place in the movie multiverse, or is it, or are we striking it out in the forbidden timeline? I'm putting it in the forgotten timeline.
Yeah, I don't think it earns a spot in the multiverse.
I don't think so. No, I think any movie that's this disappointing doesn't deserve a spot in the movie multiverse.
No. I think don't add it to your collection. I think if you want to stream it, like you need a good streaming movie, like fine enough if you want to.
Yeah, fine enough.
Your spouse or something, but you'll just think it's all right.
Yeah, and some of you, if you're really looking for it, are going to find this really disappointing.
But I wouldn't rush out to theaters to see it or anything like that. I'd save money on that one.
So yeah, we have to put this in the forgotten timeline of movies if it's something that we wouldn't recommend in theaters, especially. Like I wouldn't even recommend spending money on this movie, to be honest. And it
will be easily forgotten. I don't think we'll be thinking about it in the next 2 weeks.
No. There's a very low chance that something when it comes to like score or cinematography could get nominated here for an Oscar, but I still think that because of how bad the movie is and how little it's going to get talked about, I don't think it'll make it.
It's not really getting great reviews and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. There's our movie review of the week. Short and sweet. Let us know your thoughts on it if you have any correlating thoughts, disagreeing thoughts, whatever you think. Next is our binge report. Our binge report is movies and TV documentaries even that we have been watching this last week. Stuff that's just come out, stuff that's been out for a while, stuff that we find that we really want to talk about. It's not everything we've watched, but I'll go ahead and start if that's all right.
Sure.
While you're pulling up your stuff, I'm going to start with TV. I got caught up on Alien Earth. Alien Earth is awesome. Final episode is coming out this next week. I'm honestly not ready for the finale. I've loved this show. I love where the Alien and Predator universe is headed. Yeah. The people heading up this universe at Disney Studios, I think are doing a phenomenal job on it. I've loved Alien Romulus. I've loved the Predator stuff we've been getting. So I think this whole universe is building up really well. And I just love the idea behind Alien Earth. I like everything that they've done with all the world building, and I really would love to see more from it. I'd love to see another season. I've been really, really into it. So action's been wild. It's bloody. It's gory. But you've also got a lot of good, like, narratively driven moments with the world building and having a lot more to the Alien franchise than just the Alien and people trying to get away from it. Like, I think what this does really well is instead of just like your classic Alien movie where it's people on a spaceship trying to get away from the alien, and it's like a slasher film, which is great. This is much more of a like dystopian, full world building element around Alien, and so I've been so down for it. I've loved every episode. I think the acting's great, production's great. So if you haven't checked out Alien Earth, I'd definitely go do so. But that's good for that. And then I also got caught. We finished the Summer I Turned Pretty, bro. Summer I Turned Pretty TV series is officially done. I know I've been telling you for a long time. You got to check this out. I know you will finish it someday. But I have to say, I'm just not a fan of this. I'm trying to think without spoiling it. Like I'm not overall a fan of how far I think it's sloped down in some ways. I feel like it's become just like a classic cheesy teenage drama show in a lot of ways. And I get that it's following the book too, but it didn't follow the book in a lot of ways as well, though. I like the ending did what I thought it would do, but I also just didn't. I think they do so much of getting you to hate different characters back and forth that by the end of the show, you just don't really care for any of them because you've gotten so much
similar things
polarizing. Like if they didn't do so much hatred on this character, and trying to get you to flip flop between characters throughout the show so often, I think then this ending would have been moving. But the specific characters that get together at the end, you've like hated on both of them so much to this point at different times that you just don't care anymore. And like I get in these types of shows, you want to get people back and forth on characters, right? But they've done it in a way where it's just so overtly annoying at times, their decisions and what they choose to do, that I've been kind of turned off from some of these characters. Whereas in season one is peak, dude. Season 1 is peak teenage drama. If you want to watch any teenage drama, you go watch Summer I Turned Pretty season 1. And I don't know one person that hasn't said that's not great. Like that's top tier teenage drama content. It's moving, it's emotional, it's fun, it's quirky, and it's great acting. And through all of the series, I feel like it's great acting. Everybody does a really good job, especially Conrad. But script has gotten more and more shallow, I think, throughout the series. Season 2, I even loved, not as much as season 1, but season 2 was really emotional. But season 3 has just not done it for me. Okay. And they just announced big news thing that they're doing. They're going to end it with a movie. Yeah. Genuinely, because I just haven't cared for the characters at the end. I'm kind of curious to see, because all the conflict is basically resolved as well. I'm really curious to see what we're doing with the movie. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there should be a movie.
It doesn't really.
Interesting.
And teenage, or not just teenage, but TV shows ending with movies rarely work. The only one I know of that's worked is Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey is the only one I know of that's worked. Everybody that I know of that loves Downton Abbey loves the movies, and speaking of, the final movie for that just came out as well, and people love it. But again, that's the only one. Well, that's the thing. Even El Camino. No, that's technically one of the examples people brought up online was that. So you're not wrong bringing that up. But even El Camino, people didn't feel like was needed. That's true. The thing. People will never say it was needed.
Better Call Saul still continued and added after that. So
but as far as it did end, technically the Jesse and Walt timeline, and people will always say, even though I still find El Camino great, people will always say it's not needed in any way. It feels perfect way I heard it described was that it's an epilogue. Totally is an epilogue. Yeah, it is. That's how it feels. So it's not needed. So it's hard to do.
Very
TV show and movie
nobody liked either.
Yeah, no one did like that. So, anyways, disappointed with Summer I Turned Pretty's, final season and ending. It just felt overly dramatic and too much. It's still funny and fun, and it's just fun to discuss and talk about. Fun to see reactions from everybody on.
But I didn't think it was actually how it should have been.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I'm trying to think of new content. Oh, The Girlfriend. I wanted to talk about that too.
The Girlfriend.
So The Girlfriend's a new Amazon Prime original. This is one with Olivia Cook, I believe. And then what's her name? The mom's name?
Robin Wright.
Robin Wright. So Robin Wright did a lot of famous movies with Tom Hanks, for instance. She did Forrest Gump. She directs this.
I don't
know if this was her first directed movie, but she does direct this TV series, which is kind of cool. Based off of a book, this series basically is one where you've got a poor son getting taken advantage of by his girlfriend and his mom constantly throughout the whole movie and being torn apart. And it's actually, I just feel bad for the boy. Our main boy in this gets totally taken advantage of and ripped apart constantly throughout the show and just totally done dirty, which just makes it fun. It's great. Yeah. It's awesome. I actually really enjoyed this. I give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's, if you like this kind of content, I thought it was super fun. It's got a 3.6 average on Letterboxd, but
people give it a 4.
Mostly 4s. It's super fun to me, honestly. It's got its spicy hot vibe to it, with Olivia Cook and him and stuff, and it does that part really well. It makes it steamy at times, not too steamy, but then you also just got character decisions that are outrageous and wild that you're this is insane. Multiple times throughout the series I had myself going, I don't know if I'm losing my interest in the show, and then it would do something crazy and I'd be like, oh my gosh, okay,
is it a limited
insane
series? It
was gonna be, but I think they're greenlighting a season 2.
Wow, okay.
So
all right.
Anyways, I liked it. I would approve of it. I'd recommend it. Go check it out. And then were there any movies on my thing? I don't think there really were. I'm trying to remember. No. Yeah, nothing there. So.
All right.
Anyways, what about you?
Cool. For me, I think I will talk about. For me, I would talk about, I think, just Demon Slayer.
Yeah, tell us your Demon
Slayer a little bit.
Definitely.
Seen it twice now.
Oh, you did see it twice. That's
Yeah.
sick. Who'd you see it with the second time?
Same people.
Oh, okay, cool.
We just catched it again. But
Sweet.
yeah, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, or Infinity Castle, 4.5 out of 5 both times.
Where's it ranked on your year?
It's like number 6.
6
So,
on the year.
Pretty high.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's a very interesting story. It's just like they spend so much time giving just backstory to a villain. It takes up literally like the whole last third of the movie. Just this one villain.
Which is so
his backstory.
cool. I've heard that from a lot of people.
It's funny, the show will just take its time to do whatever it really wants. You really only get
sick.
continuation of the story within maybe 2 to 3 characters, and there's still like probably 10
So
others we need to still see what's going on with them.
That's unique.
It
And
is
I like
unique,
that.
Yeah. And apparently in the mangas you can read it and see what happens next and stuff. So I've been tempted because I'm like, I need to see how the story ends. But the next movie's not till like 2027, and then the last one will be 2029. So it's like, can I wait that
Crazy.
long to see how the story ends? I don't think so. But
Crazy.
really solid. I think like visuals and animation are still top of the game. The action is always so cool to see. It has amazing music in it too that like really hits.
You
It's
got to
such
have
a
amazing
beautiful
music in anime
music.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just good characters, and like I said, like that villain that they give that arc to is one of the best I've ever seen, of just why he became a villain and why he's so evil and the way he is and everything. Like it's just a tragic story. Like makes you want to cry. It's horrendously sad.
Okay.
Then you just see him
Wow.
turn
So
into this
writing
demon.
really does mean a lot,
Yeah, it does. Writing is really good for this. But then even the action scenes, you're just like, that's so dope. The demons are so dark. Like there's some dark moments in this where you're just like, that's so like freaking, that sucks. I'm pissed. Like I'm upset.
I love that.
So yeah, I love it and I recommend it. And I feel like even non-anime fans could dig it. Possibly. The only reason I say possibly is like, it's if you don't know what happened in the show, it's not as good.
You'd have to get through the show.
You'd have
That's
to
what
get
you've
through the
told
show.
me.
Yeah, but I do think it's overall really solid, and it could work in a show format too. Like I feel like once this turns into episodes, it'll be awesome too. But
That's sick.
yeah, it's like
Super
just a
dope.
piece of the puzzle. That's why I can't give it a 5, because like it's only just a portion. It's like just a tiny portion of how this is all going to end.
But yet it's so top tier for
Yet
you.
it's really good. But I need to see how that whole story finishes out
Okay.
before I see how I feel. So we'll see.
Love it.
Apparently things get really crazy in the next few movies here, so I recommend it. I think it's super dope. Obviously, I think if you're in the niche of watching Demon Slayer, you'll know to watch this. If you're not in the niche and you hate anime, then all right, you can stay away. I'm still not a big anime guy, but Demon Slayer is what I first watched, and it's really worked for me. So
Love that.
but that's probably all I'm going to shout out. I mean, show wise, I'll shout out Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, we could just talk about that really fast.
Yeah, I'm actually not
I've-
even fully caught up, but like
I'm not quite either.
I think I'm on episode 4 or something.
I'm on
like
episode
that.
4 as well. So what are your overall thoughts on the show? Just like quick ones.
Yeah.
Are you like loving
Overall
it
thoughts,
still?
Peacemaker, like I am loving it. I don't like it as much as season 1.
I will agree. I'll
Season
agree.
1 I thought was a lot stronger story wise and
Definitely.
everything. Like I just feel like it was such a fresh new idea.
Do you think it's because like they're just building a lot though? Because that's my thing. I think that this, as long as the season
yeah.
ends really well, because it's building to something, you
It
can
is.
tell.
Yeah.
But it has been slow building. So I feel like if it
I
ends
think-
really well, then it can be top tier like season
That's
1.
true. And I think season 1 was in a special place, like where
Totally.
it was like pretty fresh off the Suicide Squad movie, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then getting a Peacemaker show was awesome next to that, with James Gunn, of course. And so it was kind of like, I just think it had something to prove. And
Totally.
It did really good.
But I will defend, because I agree season 1 so far is better than season 2, but I will
Yeah.
defend the fact that I do think it's building to something really great.
True.
You can tell it's doing a lot of character work on Peacemaker.
Sure, it is.
So I think
That's
we're
the thing,
getting
too.
there.
It's doing a lot of that. And I think season 1 balanced like all the world building and building Peacemaker.
Yeah,
all that really
totally.
well. This is pretty like just like Peacemaker oriented, building his character.
Totally.
Whereas season 1, I think we had just the right characters put in the right places to introduce like really good world building and a really good villain too. So
Yeah.
we'll see. And I have to say, season 2 intro ain't as good as the season 1 intro. Hate to say that to you.
It's not as good. It's still great. Like I
It's
love
still
it,
funny,
but yeah, it's not as good.
near as
No,
funny
it's
as
not
that
the
season
same.
1. Like that season 1 intro was my favorite. I never skipped it.
Although I think that same. I agree with you, but I will say the walk into the intro in episode 3, I think, where he's like Peacemaker. What a joke, and then it goes right into it. I loved that.
yeah,
I thought
me
that
too,
was
me
so
too.
sick. That was a great walk in.
So
But yeah, the intro itself is not.
Yeah,
as
no,
good
it's
as the
not.
others.
Like, season 1 intro, never skipped it. I always skip
Never
it now in
did.
season 2
Yeah.
after the first
Yep.
episode. So, but yeah, no, it's
Like,
still
it's
good.
fun
It
still,
could
it's
land it,
quirky.
and I mean, it's still Even if it didn't end great,
still at least a 4 out of 5.
It's still going to be near the first season's level. But
yeah, it's still at least minimum 4 out of 5.
I just had such a good time with that first
totally.
season. It's hard.
It's just so unique
to top that first
but
season for me.
They are saying James Gunn specifically said that episodes 6 through 8 are his favorite work he's ever done, or at least some of his favorite work he's ever done. So that makes me really excited. And apparently the whole DC universe is about to change with episodes 6 through 8 is what they're saying.
Exactly. So
I'm really excited to see what's going to happen, but we shall see.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, I think that's good for that stuff.
I agree.
I think that's good for our full episode today.
Okay, sounds good.
Check out our, we'll have a lot of clips incoming with different news we'll be talking about, as well as obviously different activities. So please check those out on our accounts as well. Follow for that. Again, please follow, like, and subscribe. This has been our full episode of the Movieverse, talking about Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, our binge report.
If you've seen it, let us know what you thought.
Please do.
Let us know if you liked it or if you agree if that is.
If there's anything that you want us to watch,
struggled and had things that weren't good.
Yeah, agreed. We'll catch you next week.
Peace out.